Hello everybody, my name is Jonathan and welcome to Barely Unboxed. Today I'm doing something a little different. International Women's Day, which just happened like a couple days ago. And just kind of celebrate women this whole month of March. We're going to do the Women of Grayskull. And so I have 3 action figures to open up today. Plus, I have the Castle Grayskull, and it comes with a special edition Temple of Darkness Sorceress figure. Now, this I've actually had for a few years now. I just haven't put it together. I didn't know where to put it once I put it together, so I've just had it in my storage closet for a while. And then we also have the new Cartoon Collection She-Ra to take a look at. I am really, really excited about this figure. It's such a cool figure. Here's the barcode if you want to look for it. I ordered this from Amazon. It's the 40 years of She-Ra. It has the She-Ra logo and it says 40. I love this packaging. It has Hordak. It has Castle Grayskull. And there are 2 others in this wave that you can get. Ram Man and Mantenna. And I wouldn't mind getting both of those. I realize I love these Cartoon Collection figures so much more than like the original versions because they really have that look of the cartoon to them. So we're also going to take a look at this Evil-Lyn, and she looks really great. Here's her barcode. The packaging on mine is really beat up. I picked this up at Target, and she's still available at Target in a few Targets that I've been to recently. And then this Teela I picked up last October when I took a trip to Ohio. I found this at Walmart, and so look for her at your Walmarts in your area. You can also get these all from Amazon. I will put links. Here's her barcode. I absolutely love this Teela figure. Now, I am a huge He-Man fan, so this is going to be, I think, a lot of fun to go through all these. I get to put together my Castle Grayskull finally, and then we can have She-Ra pose in front of it. I think that would be so cool. Every time she would use the sword as in Endora to transform into She-Ra, she would be shown standing in front of Castle Grayskull. Even though she's on a different planet, she still calls on the power of Grayskull to transform, and I always thought that was really cool. Alright, so I think the first thing that I want to do is put together this Castle Grayskull. So we're going to put these off to the side while we look at this gigantic box. This is really hard to show on camera, but here is the box. I picked this up from Fred Meyer years ago. I think it's been at least, I want to say, 4 years ago, and it was on a super crazy markdown deal around Christmas time, and I had like a coupon for toys as well, and it stacked, and I got this for like, it's been so long, but I believe I got it for around like $50, which is a really good deal. I had been eyeing it up at a local toy store that had it, but they wanted like over $100 for it, and I was like, I just can't drop that amount of money on this right now. But look at this box. It's got the amazing artwork that is always on the Masters of the Universe packaging. On the back, it has like a cross sale of everything that was out around this time. I actually have this in my collection right now. And this Skeletor with the Battle Cat, or Skeletor with Panther, He-Man with Battle Cat. I also have Manny Faces, and I have Scareglow. I didn't get this vehicle, and some of the other figures I don't have. I do have this original Teela, but I have never opened her because I paid a lot of money, and I just wasn't sure if I wanted to take her out of the box. And then there's more artwork on this side. It kind of wraps around. You can see this box is amazing. I don't know if I want to get rid of it. It's so cool. Maybe I'll just use it to store some He-Man stuff in or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But it's the Masters of the Universe, Castle Grayskull, Fortress of Mystery and Power for He-Man and his foes. And the whole thing with this was it came with a flag that you could change out to play out whether Skeletor or He-Man had control of the castle. And I just thought that was such a cool thing. I never had this as a kid, and this is the recreation for the He-Man Origins figure line. There is a barcode on it. It is right here. So, and then you can also kind of see what the castle looks like, how big it is compared to a figure. Now, the interesting thing with this is this figure of the Sorceress, I'll point out when I get it out of the box, but she's going to be a little different than some of the newer ones. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and unbox this and start putting it together. I don't know how long that'll take. I don't know how much of that I'll show on camera, but we will definitely take a look at it when it's all put together, because there are some stickers involved with this, and I want to make sure I give the attention to stickers. Here it is straight out of the box. You can see how many pieces there are to put together. There are multiple packets of items, and there's so much in here. It's so cool. Here is the stickers that I was talking about, and there is the Sorceress figure. There's so much to this, and it does close up as I make a mess, and so you can close it up to store everything away. But here's the front of it that is so cool. I'm really excited to open this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put it all together. Alright, I'm still in the process of sorting everything, but I did want to show you the Sorceress figure to kick off this Women of Grayskull video. This is a really, really cool figure. She's done in all white, and she does have the old style knees, and this is what I was talking about. So the original female He-Man figures had these really bizarre flaps on their knees, and I think even the male figures had something similar, and they kind of changed that later in later releases. In fact, I have this same figure in her normal colors, and the knees I think are different on that one, but I have yet to open that one up, and I don't know if I will. I'm kind of waiting for the Cartoon Collection version of Sorceress to come out, which they have to bring that out. I mean, I would assume that that'll be one of them that will make its way to the Cartoon Collection, and I really want to get that. So she has this cool staff that has the bird logo on it, and she has these wings that extend like that. And they're translucent. It's really, really cool. This is a beautiful figure. Now, mine unfortunately has some weird thing going on her face. It kind of looks like melted plastic or something. I don't know what that is. I'll have to try to see if maybe it comes off. But I have a feeling I think that's the plastic is melted. That is so disappointing. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I wonder how that happened. Must have happened in the factory. And I've had this whole time and had no idea. Yeah, that does not seem to want to come off. Okay. Well, we have a very unique sorceress then. Oh, that's so weird. All right, so there is the sorceress, and she does stand up pretty well on her own, which is really cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get all these stickers placed. They go on various objects, and here is the instruction manual. So it shows you where all the stickers are supposed to go. And then it'll even show you like different aspects of the toy. It's a really really detailed instruction. So let's get those stickers on, and then we'll take a look at the castle. I figured I would show this sticker because it's going to be really hard to show it because it goes here in the castle. Alright, all the stickers are on. Now I just have to do all this assembly. Alright, we got it all put together, and it's really cool. There's pegs all over the place for figures' feet to peg into. So, like, you can put one over here on this. It's pretty cool. There's a ladder. There's two weapons racks, and you can put the weapons on either one, but the gun only goes on this one. It's very cool. This one has like a bird on it. And, these you can put, pretty much anywhere inside the case. There's 4 weapons. So there's like this sword. A very generic looking sword. They're all the same color. There's a halberd. And then there's this mace as well. They're pretty cool. They're very sturdy feeling. I just wish they maybe did different colors or something. And then, of course, the sorceress has her weapon. There's an elevator, but I'm going to have to show that to you skillfully here because this thing is so big. There's this cool weapon thing with a boar head on it and a fist. It just spins around. It's very cool. It has 4 feet. I had that just down here in this little spot. I'm going to move the ladder so we can move stuff around. So there's the chair. And when you turn the chair, it makes this trap door fall down. So if anyone is standing on that, when you turn that, they fall down into this pit where I put that sticker that I showed you that looked like a cage, like a gate, like pit filled with monsters. There's the flag at the top, and you can spin that around. Well, it's pretty tight on there, but you can spin that around. There's 2 different sides. There's these flags. And the flags can come off, and you can hang them on different spots. Like there's one here, 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 and here. and here, and you can hang them off of anyone you want. And then there's the elevator. Let's try that out with the Sorceress. Her peg is a little troublesome getting it to go on here. I tried it a bit earlier. Okay, there we go. It has this cord here. Let me see if I can get this on camera. So, I think you have to push it down because it's kind of stuck. There we go. Yep. So that's the elevator, and you can just pull it up, and then the figure comes up, and then you can wrap it around this little peg to hold it. I think this is so cool to have this. It's like, I don't know, like I always wanted this when I was a kid, and I never got it. I never got a lot of the big sets. I'm gonna see if it closes. Okay. Took a little effort to figure out how to get it to close. Some of the pieces weren't quite popped in, but there's these little latches right here, and then it just, that just opens up like that. So this is really cool. This is gonna be a great background for taking photos of my He-Man and Masters of the Universe figures. But look at how freaking cool this looks. Let's get these all out of the way. Of course, you can store everything inside here if you place it in a certain spot. And this door, apparently the only way to open it is to put a sword in it. But it shows using He-Man's sword. So I might have to go grab his sword. Let me find that. Yeah. So it shows right here. That's obviously like He-Man or Skeletor's sword. So I don't know if this one will work, but let's try it. It does. Okay. And then there's the drawbridge comes down, and it has the teeth on it. That is really, really cool. I love that you can see the gun up here, the turret. You can see the flag on the top. That's really cool. And then that just closes back up. I love the detail on the drawbridge. Alright, so we're just going to sit that there while we look at the other three figures. You'll have to let me know what you think of this Castle Grayskull, and maybe you have it already because it has been out for quite some time. So, this isn't anything new. But these figures that we're going to be taking a look at today are all fairly new, especially this She-Ra one, which just came out recently. So I think we're going to start with Evil-Lyn. So here is the Evil-Lyn one more time. These do come with a comic book. And then it does have this really cool artwork on the back. And usually the artwork, it'll like tease another figure coming out soon. So this is King Randor, He-Man's father. And so I think there's one of him coming out, if it's not already out. Alright, so these are open up so easily compared to so many other toys these days. Here is the comic book. It's called The Shape of Vengeance. I like this artwork. This little guy right here is really cute. And there's other characters in this. And here are the other figures from the Cartoon Collection that you can get. There's Webstore, Clawful, and Spikewar. I've seen these two, but I haven't seen Webstore. And the comic books have really nice artwork in them. So, love this. Yeah, that is pretty cool. And they're usually really short, so there's not a lot going on in them. And then they always come with a pamphlet that shows all the places that you can remove parts. Because these are modular figures, so you can actually mix and match the characters together if you want to and kind of create your own. I was not expecting there to be plastic fasteners in these, but here they are. Here is Evil-Lyn right out of her packaging, and I'll show you all the articulation. So the head does turn and go up and down. It's on a ball joint. The shoulders are on like a kind of a swivel ball joint, and then the elbow can bend at 90 degrees, and it can even bend backwards a little bit. And then the hands spin, and they can go up and down. They have some articulation there. And then the waist turns, and I think it even said, let's see, yeah, you can pop that off. So that's what that ball joint looks like. So everything pops off, like even like the head can come off. It's so that you can like interchange parts. It also makes it so the company, Mattel, that makes these can recreate different figures by using some of the similar parts. She also can do the splits, and her leg goes up and down. The knee spins, but also goes up and down. And then this boot also spins separately from this part of the leg. And then the foot is on like a swivel, and it can go up and down. So lots of articulation, and yet they still kind of look like that classic, He-Man look from the 80s, which I love. That's one of the things I really, really love about these figures. And then she comes with these two weapons. She comes with the shaping staff. I think that's called. I think it even says it here on the back. Yeah, the shaping staff. And then she also comes with her typical magic wand that you usually see her with. So very, very cool. I love it. And you can see, this is what I was talking about. The knees are slightly different now. They're not as bulky looking as they are on this Sorceress figure. But you can tell that these are both the same line because they're, they look very similar, which I think is one of the coolest things about these Origins figures is how they just all kind of have that look of being the old original 80s figures. All right. So next we will take a look at Teela. Now Teela, I love the way they did this Teela. She looks so much like she does in the cartoon. Here's the artwork on the back. I also love how it says as seen on, and it shows an episode. Because it's talking about the training robot that she comes with. Alright, so let's get her out of the packaging. She also comes with the comic book and the pamphlet showing all her parts that come off. Here's the comic book called Time's End, and here are the other figures you can get in this wave with her. I do want to get this Stratos because I never got the original one. The Merman looks great. I've seen the Merman. I think I've seen all three of these at Target and Walmart. And again, here is the comic book. It's pretty cool. It has dinosaurs in it because they're in Preternia. Preternia is where you go when you die in the He-Man universe. If you've been like a good person, it's sort of like heaven. Just a little trivia. Although if you're watching this because you like He-Man, you probably already know that. Here is Teela right out of her packaging. She looks spectacular. That is a great looking figure. And I love this plastic. It's very metallic, but it's rubbery, which is kind of interesting. And she has all the same articulation as Evil-Lyn. So no reason to really go through that. Now she comes with her sword, which is a little bent, and her shield. And the shield is really, really, really shiny, which is kind of weird. How shiny it is, but it's very nice looking. I wish the sword was a little more metallic or shiny, but it looks just like her sword in the cartoon. So there she is with her accessories. Very, very cool. I don't think there's a way to put this on her arm. It'd be really cool if it like attached on the side of her arm, but it doesn't. So there's that. That looks pretty cool. And then here's her little training robot, which honestly is kind of a weird accessory because it doesn't like stand up or anything. It just sits like that. And it kind of shows it like, like floating in the air. So I feel like they should have gave us like a little plastic stand, like a clear, translucent little plastic stand for it, like a little peg. That would have been cool. It just kind of feels like an afterthought, to be honest. But the figure itself is pretty amazing. All right, so let's put her here. And in the lore of Masters of the Universe, Teela's mother is the Sorceress. So, spoiler alert. Oops. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at She-Ra. I've been really looking forward to this figure. And it also says, as seen on, it has an episode, Treasures of the First Ones. I don't think I really pointed that out on Evil-Lyn's, but it does say, as seen on the Shaping Staff. Because in this episode, she turns, I think it's Beastman into the king. And this is the king over here reacting to it. And then, chaos ensues. Alright, so let's get She-Ra out. Wow, that just popped right off with like no effort. Like it barely even ripped the package. It's kind of interesting. Alright. This feels like a heavier cardstock than this does. It's kind of weird. I wonder why it's like that. Alright, so she comes with the pamphlet as well. And I'm sure, none of you really care about this, but I show it anyway. And then here is the comic book. And then it obviously shows on the back other figures. What's weird is there's only 3 in that wave. But I love this artwork. This artwork is really, really well done. It has the Snake Men in it. And it has some other She-Ra characters in it, which is really cool to see. It even has Teela and He-Man and like Man-at-Arms and Ram-Man. It's pretty cool. And one of my favorite characters, and I really hope he gets a Cartoon Collection figure, is Cal the Owl. I had the original Cal the Owl. I'll put a picture here, and he was amazing. He was like a little magic 8-ball. You would like open up his tummy, I think. It would flip down, and then it would answer like a yes or no kind of question. And I always thought that was really cool. And here is She-Ra right out of her packaging. I love this figure. I love her face. She looks a little like she's just over it. She's totally over it. But even though she has all this hair, it's rubbery, so you can actually pose her head in different directions, which is really nice. And she has all the same articulation as the other figures. And she also has that same like gold metallic plastic, which is really cool. I really love the way they did the cape. And it looks like the cape can come off. If you take her head off, you could totally take the cape off. Let's try that. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, so the cape can come right off if you want to remove it, which is kind of interesting. All right, and she comes with her sword and shield. And again, the sword is really rubbery. It's not like hard plastic like a lot of the He-Man toys have been from the Origins line up until now. All right, she can hold both of these, which is pretty cool. And there she is, She-Ra. She-Ra is one of my favorite cartoons, both He-Man and She-Ra, but especially She-Ra. I used to love watching that. And a kind of an interesting little tidbit of information. The She-Ra cartoon came out right as the He-Man cartoon was ending. They were transitioning the toy line from like mainly He-Man into She-Ra to kind of market towards girls a little more. And the She-Ra figures had actual like brushable hair like a Barbie does. And I don't have any of those, but I would love to find those. Those are so hard to find, especially in thrift stores, but in collectible stores and on eBay, of course, you can obviously find them. But there you have it. The Women of Grayskull. At least the main Women of Grayskull, I think. These are all wonderful figures. I will say the Cartoon Collection figures are so nice compared to like these other like Origins figures. They feel more refined and they just have that cartoon look to them. And they look really, really well designed, and I love that. I am super happy to add these to my collection. I think I'm going to focus more on these Cartoon Collection figures because they've really been like pushing them, and I just love them. I think they're so cool. Now, I did want to kind of do one more thing. I want to see if She-Ra's sword will unlock the gates. Alright, let's move these out of the way so that the gate can open. Alright, She-Ra. It does work. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's great. I love that. Alright. And, of course, we have to pose She-Ra in front of the castle before I let you all go, because that is, you know, that's the whole thing with She-Ra, is when she transforms, she is always shown transforming in front of Castle Grayskull. There we go. That is so cool. I'll probably have her posed like that with the castle on my shelf until I get her brother, He-Man, out of his packaging. And that will be in a future video, because from now on I'm going to be doing just like my Magic Mixies videos that I do on Wednesdays. I call them midweek Magic Mixies. I'm going to start doing MotU Monday videos, Masters of the Universe Monday. And so on Mondays, not every Monday, but Mondays here and there, I'll be doing videos for He-Man and She-Ra. So look for those. I have a few more of those planned coming up in the next month or two. So, all right. Well, you'll have to let me know down in the comments what you think of these. Do you want to collect any of these? Do you have them? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Who's your favorite character out of all four of these? Or your favorite He-Man or She-Ra character in general? My favorite She-Ra character is Cal the Owl. But I also love the little... I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head. But in every She-Ra episode, you had to look for this little character with blue hair wearing like a kind of a rainbow outfit. he was always hidden somewhere, and if you, they'll show you at the end of every episode where he was hidden. I used to love that. I think his name is Lookie, maybe. And then my favorite He-Man character is Orko. So, and I love Battle Cat, especially Cringer before he turns into Battle Cat. So, loved going over these figures. I think they are spectacular. So, definitely recommend them. Definitely look for them if you want to get them. I'll put links down below for Amazon, Target, Walmart, wherever I can find links for you to order these. And also share the video with anyone you think might enjoy seeing a He-Man related video, or She-Ra. And definitely subscribe if you're not a subscriber, so you can see all the future Masters of the Universe videos coming out. So take care out there. Like the video if you liked it. Love you guys. Bye.